ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So UCF's offense will be first on the attack. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time out.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell that he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns. Like, it was a thing of beauty. Now, defensively, I also know that, and I know he's looking that way. So look forward to seeing the chess match with the defense and maybe ways they can take him away.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola. Zings it complete to the right. Breaks into the open. Electrifying play, and man, are they set up now at the 32-yard line.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Handoff for Watson. Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout? The first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 match.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
And this will push the offense back as they mark it there. 10.
It's a great punt. Obviously, it gives himself time to let his guys get down the field, get in position. Remember, don't let that thing cross the goal line. Try to keep it inside the 10. Nice job down in the football, setting your defense up for great field position.
Leaves it with the running back. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Off play action. The sure hands, it's Gibson. He'll be guided out of bounds at the 17, and a productive play there.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The bounce house is rolling here on 3rd down, trying to help UCF. Under fire. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. And the Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. There he goes. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. The Knights start this drive as the offense looks ready to go. They were forced to punt on their last possession, but this time taking over with spectacular field position. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Throwing Raiola. That's reeled in. It's Watson.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Knights have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw. It's Raiola. Grab near the marker. It's Watson. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. The Knights have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Makes the grab. He found some running room, but needed just a few inches more to put it in the end zone.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Defense going all in to stop the run. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. And he's in! Touchdown, Knights!
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Out of the chute. Quick toss to the right. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for space. It's Welsh. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And what a great job by the defense here. 1st down, 2nd down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the Buffaloes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He's got it. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. UCF hoping to get things rolling here on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. At the 45 on his way. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a 1st down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
Here's Raiola to throw. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
The Knights now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to pass. It's Raiola. Quickly to the flat. The wide receiver screen. Tripped up for the tackle.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Makes the catch. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead as we get a look at the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Using his legs, it's Simon. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Finds his tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Raiola from the gun on third down. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. The Knights will go for it on fourth down. Raiola to throw for it on fourth. Got his man. Open space at the 25. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Again, it's Raiola. Looking for the score. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He might want another play. Here's Raiola to throw. Looking to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Trying to convert the third down. Here's Raiola. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. So the intentional grounding call will be a loss of down, and now it's fourth down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he'll bring it back. And the returner will be knocked down. The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Pulled and finds his man on the left. Fights off a defender. Snags it, and there's running room. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Guys, let's talk for a minute about Colorado. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach.
Touchdown, Bucks! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
He's looking deep. Finds a spot down the gun of the knee. The 10. Touchdown, UCF! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. Effective offense, leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started.
He's got it down the field. Running free, getting this offense going. Stopped him at the 38 after the huge gain.
And I actually thought the defense had the right coverage there. That's just really good offense, like really good timing between QB and tight end. You got a middle-of-the-field safety. You got those guys underneath. The defense has to see the ball, break on it, but sometimes they're just too good of a duo.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. To the air. It's Bachmeier. Oh, they're after him. Finds his back in the middle. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. And he's got some speed and wheels himself to run with him. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time.
And the defense got him at the 27.
And getting to this quarterback is pivotal. You saw last drive, way too much time. They score a touchdown. Nice job on second down. Anticipating the pass, playing the pass, getting the sack, and now forcing a difficult third down.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one. Third and long, they dial up the perfect coverage and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Line getting set on second down. Raiola plucks it out of the air. Snags it, and he's open. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. They'll move the wide receiver. Maybe a crease. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll throw it from the red zone. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Touchdown, Knights! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, UCF! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense, forcing the big making the pick and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
The Buffaloes calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Buffaloes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking for a man. It's Bachmeier. Bringing the heat. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
This guy can throw it. He's got it. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Colorado will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout here. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Quickly complete. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. The Buffs now use their third and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Looking to throw on first down. That pass is incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Here's the pressure. Fires to the big fella. Gain of 9 on that one. Third down and short. He needs a yard. And the Buffaloes want to pick up the tempo. He's going to look for a man on third and short. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. They bring the punter onto the field now. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Here on the UCF sideline, one of the evolving storylines down here is the play of their wide receiver, who is having a breakout game. They weren't sure that he would be the start today. He's kind of down in the rotation, but he is showing that he is a go-to guy right now, and the quarterback is leaning on him. He's been productive and electric so far in this game. I expect they will continue to get him some downfield targets. Back to you.
All right, Holly. The Knights going to go ahead and call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. The offense changing the play. Throwing Raiola. He's got him. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Back to throw, it's Raiola. Escapes the pressure to his right. Makes the grab. Spins away from one. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Knights will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
I caught up with Colorado's head coach at halftime. He is very pleased with his defense right now. As you know, this quarterback that they're facing has got so much hype and so much attention, but they have been able to contain him in the first half. They get the ball here to start the second. We'll see if this defense can keep up that same momentum and shut down that quarterback here in the third. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. That holding call backs them up 10. It's now 1st and 20. They'll run play action. Got it in the middle. It's Welch. And he's knocked down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
The run inside. It's Welch. Push down for the tackle.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Didn't get past the marker when he started his slide, and now it's 4th down. And the Buffaloes will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. Hauls it in, looking for space. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Bunch formation for these receivers. Here's Raiola to throw. Just tried to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Dropping back, it's Raiola. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside of wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field. The game looks slow to him right now, and he's executing at an incredibly high level. And these receivers outside, man, they are winning each and every time.
They're dealing with a second and long. They'll run out of the gun with Watson.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Quarterback making adjustments. Motion from the back. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola on third down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Fourth down, Raiola. Firing to the right, complete. He's loose. Touchdown, Knights! This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone. Ready to try the point after. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go?
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked.
Finding some room. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Bachmeier. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football.
There he goes. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. The Buffaloes are flying down the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Stopped after making the catch.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Pressure coming. Trying to escape and get it himself. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. And the Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Welch. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
It's a really nice job by the cornerback playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
Defense holds their ground. Pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Soft spot in the middle. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And the Buffaloes, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Run in the red zone, it's Welch. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Colorado! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll try to tack on one more. Bangs it through for an extra point. So it's an 80-yard drive, and it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Well, no question where this quarterback is going to be trying to go with the football in this game, right? He's looking for his big play wide out, and the defense knows it. They had him double covered that time.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The Knights decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Slips through the line. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Running inside, it's Welch. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He uncorks one deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Here comes the heat. Quick completion on the out route. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Welsh. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the wideout. He'll run it again. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And he makes the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they cap it off with a 32-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. And he'll be stopped. Return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Here's Duke one more time. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And money down is where you see defenses really understand where the stick.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Quarterback making checks. Wide receiver comes in motion. Raiola to throw for it on 4th. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these 2 guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
The Knights back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Under fire. Right on the money.
And on that play, great job by the receiver working his way through the traffic in the middle of the field. That's a crossing route. It's going to take him a couple seconds to get all the way to the other side of the field, but really nice awareness by him, making the catch, coming up with a big play.
They'll move the wide receiver. Here's Raiola to throw. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
I think if you're the head coach here, it's a bit of a mixed reaction to your passing attack so far in this game. You've put up a bunch of yards throwing the football. You've lit up the scoreboard, but you've also given up 4 sacks. Pass protection has been a problem so far in this game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Raiola. Here's a heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Making side adjustments here. 4th down, Raiola. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. The run inside. It's Welch. Could be an alley. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the 1st down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
That's caught. It's Summers. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. And he scores! Touchdown, Buffs!
We're in the second half of this game. You're trailing, David. No surprise there. You got to throw the ball to the guys that are making plays for you. He had already had a touchdown catch. That's number 2 now. And if they're going to get back in this game, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Amen. I mean, keep finding him. He keeps making plays, keeps catching the football. And listen, when you find that matchup outside that works, that you can depend on, I don't blame quarterbacks for going back to them time and time again.
If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. The Knights going to go ahead and call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Great place to start for this offense. Here's a give to Watson. Turning it on. Stopped just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Watson again. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. The Buffaloes calling their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Grabbed behind the line. It's Simon. Colorado will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout here. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it.
And that's really good defense. That's discipline, man. Understanding covering top to bottom, but not leaving the running back with a lot of space. They throw that football out to the flats. Break on it right now. Give up absolutely no yardage. Nice job seeing it, breaking on it, and making the play.
Raiola from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the grab on the left. There he goes. Got enough space. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. The Buffs now use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. 1st and goal. Raiola dumps it off in the flats. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They'll run with Watson. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, UCF! That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Looking to throw, it's Bachmeier. Makes the grab, it's Gibson. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Buffaloes in a good spot here with second and short. They send the tight end in motion. Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Trying to make magic with his feet. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the third down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
And that didn't look like it was the right read. Like you got to be smart as a quarterback, make the right decisions. And I know he's a go-to guy, and he's already had success on the day. But sometimes you can force it in when it's just not there. That was really good coverage. I know he's good, but be smart with the football and don't try to force it into closed windows.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Using the quick game. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. And the Buffaloes come to the line in the hurry-up.
And I think great offenses find a way to get their playmakers the football in space. Nice job designing the wheel route. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. Nice route. Nice catch by the running back.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Dropping back, it's Bachmeier. Pocket breaking down. And he just throws it away on third down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on fourth down. I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Throws to the wideout. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. Touchdown, Colorado! Into the end zone with a breakaway score.
This guy is so dangerous because of his speed. He can take the top off the defense, and he did it right there on the post. Great arm talent, getting the throw out in front of him. It didn't matter how many DBs they had deep on that one. I don't think they could have stopped.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, they got their hands team out there for a reason, and that's why in these situations you put receivers, tight ends, and dudes that can hold on to the football, knowing that, hey, all we got to do is recover this onside kick, and David, we win the game.
And, man, this is such a low percentage play, right? Like, it's so hard to kick an onside and actually have it bounce correctly and go right. You're right. They put the right players on the field. They didn't get the good bounce, and this one's over.
They reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record, the possibilities seem